Okay, so why does an astronaut appear to float in a space capsule, in an orbiting space capsule? Many people think that the reason is because the astronaut is so far away from Earth that the gravitational force acting on the astronaut is negligible. That is nonsense, because if indeed the gravitational force acting on the astronaut is negligible, that means the astronaut should be experiencing zero net force. In that case, why should it be orbiting around the Earth? The astronaut should be traveling along a straight line at a constant speed. Likewise, the space capsule, right? The fact that the space capsule and the astronaut are orbiting the Earth is should tell everyone that the gravitational force acting on them is not negligible. Alright, so in fact, the force that's acting on the astronaut would be just the mass of the astronaut times the gravitational field strength at this location. Not 9.81, it will be weaker, but it will not be, it's nowhere near zero, alright? Likewise, the gravitational force acting on the space capsule will be the mass of the space capsule times the gravitational field strength at this location here. Obviously, these two forces are different in magnitude, and therefore the centripetal force is different. However, if you think about the acceleration, this astronaut here will be accelerating at mg divided by its own mass, which is g. Likewise, the acceleration of the space capsule will be mg divided by the mass of the space capsule, which is again g. So their centripetal acceleration are the same. Actually, it turns out that the centripetal acceleration is exactly equals to the gravitational acceleration. And so it's because they are undergoing the same acceleration. That's why the space capsule appears to be floating. Just imagine that let's imagine that there's a lift, that's free falling at 9.81 meter per second square. And let's imagine you free falling at 9.81 meter per second square. So if I drop the two of you from rest, then you'll be doing the same exact fall at the same rates, right? Just imagine if I magically suddenly change you from here to be inside the lift. Then both you and the lift will be falling at the same rate. You'll be accelerating downwards at the same rate, and therefore you'll be doing the exact same motion all the time, and therefore you appear to be floating in the lift. And that's the exact same situation here, except that they are now free falling in a circular manner around the Earth. But because they are falling at exactly the same rate, the astronaut appears to float in the space capsule. Okay,